Hi, sorry about that. Sometimes my microphone resets and I didn't notice it this time. Usually I check, but I didn't this time. On your first graphing question, you ignored the negative sign. I thought actually there's two of these questions where you just ignored the negative sign. You graphed y equals 1 half x plus 4. You did that perfectly. But it's negative 1 half plus 4. So that means you should go down 1 and over 2. And then graph your line because you did the y-intercept correctly. And I can't draw. So I'll try that again. I wanted to go through both those points. I still didn't do a very good job, but that's a nice thing with the computer. You just click on those and draw the line in. On the second question, x equals negative 5. This is the only question on here that I think required some work. And only because if you don't know how to do it, you have to do some work. If you know how to do it, then there's probably no work to show. Make a table if you don't know this. X is always negative 5, no matter what we do. I could do this forever. I'm not going to do it forever, but I could do it forever. I'm just going to take some points here, like negative 1 for y. There is no y, so it doesn't matter what you call y. Now, when I go to graph that, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to graph negative 5, negative 1. So I'm going to go to the left 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll go down 1, put a dot. I'm going to change colors here too. Negative 5, 0. To the left 5 up 0. Negative 5, 1. To the left 5 up 1. Negative 5, 2. You see the pattern here? It's going to be a vertical line. And this is what I'm saying, you didn't have to show work on this one if you know the rule. But if you don't know the rule, make a table. That's what we want to do. But if you have no y and just x, if x equals some sort of number, it's going to be a vertical line going through that number because it's vertical because x is always that number. In this case, x is always negative 5. If you have y equals a number, that's going to be a horizontal line going through that because y is always that number. If we take a look at your third question on your affirmation, three things actually. You got the negative part right this time. I think you just miscounted. You went and looked at and said, oh, this is at negative 7, but notice it doesn't start at 0. It starts at negative 1. So how far is it from negative 1 to negative 7? Well, it's down 6. You also forgot your x. Remember, in slope-intercept form, it's y equals mx plus b. M is your slope. So y equals negative 6 over 3, because you had the 3 right, because it goes over 3, x minus 1. You had the y-intercept right, so you had most of it right. We want to simplify this one. We couldn't simplify negative 7 over 3 when you miscounted that, but you can simplify negative 6 divided by 3. You want to write negative 2x minus 1. Write your slope as a fraction or as a whole number, or in this case an integer, but don't write it as a decimal, because that doesn't make sense, because slope is rise over run.